Hello guys, welcome to my video. My name is Erlyn Sepriamaya Nim 48 from Economic Education Class B, University of Jember. In this video, I will tell you about how to make a cover letter. So, please stay tuned and watch it until end. Thank you. What is cover letter? Cover letter is a document sent alongside your CV when applying for jobs. It acts as a personal introduction and helps to sell your application. A cover letter is necessary as it gives you the chance to explain to an employer why you are the best candidates for the jobs. You do this by highlighting the relevant skills and experience. Therefore, you should always write your cover letter with the position you are applying for in mind. Not to be confused with personal statement for your CV. Cover letter should complement your CV but not duplicate it. The general consensus among recruiters when it comes to the length of this document is the shorter the better. Typically, 3 to 5 short paragraphs. Cover letter should not exceed 1 A4 page. If sending electronically, put the text in the body of the email rather than as an attachment to avoid it being detected by spam filter. Applications should always include a cover letter unless the job advert instructs you differently. Now we will talk about what is the purpose of cover letter. The purpose of cover letter is to introduce yourself to an organization, draw attention to your resume, and motivate the reader to interview you. Often, this letter is the first contact you have with a prospective employer. A neat, concise, and well-written letter can entice the employer to read your resume with greater interest and will improve your chance of getting an interview. Now we will discuss about how to make a cover letter. Keep your cover letter brief while making sure it emphasizes your suitability for the jobs. It can be broken down into the following sections. First paragraph. The opening statement should set out why you are writing the letter. Begin by stating the position you are applying for, where you saw it advertised, and when you are available to start. Second paragraph. Cover why you are suitable for the jobs. What attracted you to this type of work? Why you are interested in working for the company, and what you can offer to the organization. Third paragraph. Highlight relevant experience and demonstrate how your skill match the specific requirement of the job description. Summarize any additional strength and explain how this could be benefit for the company. Now, last paragraph. Use the closing paragraph to round up your letter. Reiterate your interest in the role and indicate your desire for a personal interview. Now it's the time to mention any unavailable dates. Finish by thanking the employer and say how you are looking forward for receiving the response. Once finished read through the document, cut out any unnecessary words and sentences. Don't fill up the space by repeating what's already mentioned in your CV. Now we will discuss about how to address a cover letter. Always try and address your cover letter directly to the person who will reading it. Bear in mind that you will more likely to receive a reply if you send it to the right person. Advertised positions usually include a contact name, but if not, you can taking the time to find out who the letter should be addressed to. You can do this by searching the company's website for details of the hiring manager, or alternatively you can call the organization to ask who you should address your letter to. Don't be afraid to do this because many employers appreciate you by taking the time and initiative to do so. If you're struggling to find a name contact, you can use a general greeting such as Dear Sir or Madam, Dear Hiring Manager, or Dear Human Resources Director. However, general greeting should only be used once you have exhausted method of finding a name contact. How you sign off your cover letter depends on how you addressed it. If you include a name contact, sign off. Yours sincerely. But if you use a general greeting, you can finish it with yours faithfully. Now we will discuss about 5 tips of perfect cover letter. Employers often receiving a lot of application for each vacancy, so you need to ensure that your cover letter makes a lasting impressions for the right reasons. Here are some tips to increase your chance of success. First, tailor to the organizations. You should rewrite your cover letter every time you apply for position in order to target the company. Sending out a generic letter for all applications rarely yields positive result, and recruiters can spot your lack of time and effort from a miles away. Second, proofread. Never rely on a computer spell check program to pick up every mistakes. Print off your cover letter and double check for spelling and grammar errors before passing it to family member or friends to look over. Also, make sure that your own contact details and the company name are correct. Third, format. Presentation is important, so you need to format your cover letter properly. Make sure the document is as uncluttered as possible. Use same font and size as you use in your CV. And if you sending it through post or handing it in, use good quality plain white paper to print it on. 4. Include example. Back up the claims in your cover letter with real evidence or example that show how and when you've used your skills and experience. If you are a student or recent graduate, you can make an appointment with your university's career and employability service to access further help when writing your cover letter. You will be able to talk with specially trained advisor, get advice on what to include, and have a professional eye to look over your application before sending it. There is anything else that you can do to make your cover letter effective. First, keep a copy of every letter you send as a part of your job search file. Besides providing you with a record of your search, you can use the portions of these letters in future ones. Second, to be efficient, develop 2 or 3 basic paragraphs and modify them slightly to personalize each letter. And last, remember to sign all of your letter. So with all of these tips, we can make a perfect cover letter for applying jobs. So guys, that's all my video for this time. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video. Bye!